Hey, welcome back to our 1 hour off-season show. Joining us now, Shane Connary with Vail Mountain Rescue. Shane, how you doing today?
Great.
Brought your daughter in today, I see. She's off camera.
Yes.
She's pretty fired up. She wants to do some weather reports with us.
Should be great, I'm sure.
She want to go to school today. So let's talk about missions. So you had a couple over the past handful of days. Tell us what you encountered.
We did. We're up over 90 for the year.
That's a big number for this time of the year, isn't it?
It is. We're way above kind of par for us.
And you do, does it go through December the 31st at midnight? Okay.
Yeah, that's how we do it. So 2 missions, hit the easy one first. Some hikers, a couple of folks from Denver came up and wanted to do the Fancy Lake, Missouri Loop Pass.
Okay.
About a 9-mile hike, and they started out, went up, and when they get to the junction for Cross Creek, instead of taking a left and going up to Missouri Lakes and that way, they went right and ended up going down Cross Creek.
Is there a sign there?
There is, but it's an easy place to
it's a common
take a wrong
place.
turn.
Right.
And they had a map, but it's still, they got off course. Luckily, there was some cell phone coverage, and they talked to our coordinator, and he talked them down the right path and made sure they were good. But it was late in the day, and as you know, it doesn't get dark at 9 o'clock anymore. It gets dark at 7, and it gets cold. And so as it got dark, they got lost on the Cross Creek path.
They didn't have headlamps. They probably didn't have the proper stuff for when it gets cold, right?
So when our team got to them 3 miles up the path, they didn't have food, they didn't have water, they didn't have appropriate clothing for it being out at dark, and they didn't have headlamps. So it took our team to help them get back to the trailhead and then eventually to their vehicles.
You got them back safely, but you had another mission that was a little tougher. Tell us about that one.
Big mission involved 8 people up on McAllister Gulch Road. So a couple of folks were riding ATVs, motorcycles. The person on the ATV went head over heels over the handlebars and hit their head. The motorcycle rider, there was no cell phone coverage. He went down to Camp Hale, found a person that was walking their dog, and that person ended up having to go all the way back to Battle Mountain to get cell phone coverage to call us. Right, so long delay from Camp Hale to there to call us, and then we went in to Camp Hale. We had SAR paramedics and our team on ATVs. They were 5 miles up McAllister Gulch Road. Got up there, the person was unconscious. The team ended up actually performing CPR at one point on the individual, and it turns out that it was a C2 break with a spinal compression, cord compression. So our initial team was up in there, and then the secondary team came up and helped put the patient in a litter, and then we had to have Flight for Life come up. Right, and so our whole team had to move him to a place where the helicopters could land, or the helicopter could land, and the helicopter came in, I was told, with night vision goggles, because it was dark at that point, about a quarter mile from the initial site, and they brought the patient to St. Anthony's down in Denver, being told the person is okay at this point, right? But
hats off to you guys.
But a big mission, lots of equipment, lots of teamwork.
It just shows you that you can't. I mean, it's every day is a different day, and there's still people around that are here, even though it's quiet for us. It's our quote unquote our slower time. It's not. I mean, one thing can go wrong, so you guys are always ready to go in case.
Right, and thanks to the individual who was just out hiking and willing to make that drive and the cell phone call to 911, right?
That's right. Shane, thanks you guys for all you do, truly. VailMountainRescue.org is your website if people want to find out more about, if they want to donate. There's great ways to give money for this great operation. And we have a lot more coming up on the show. I've got your weather right around the corner. We'll let you know if we're going to see that sunshine today. Any more snow in the forecast? I'll have the details coming up next.